Okay, so we're back, and inside of the Deku Tree, that's where we left off. And in here, there are more Deku Babas, but you can see that these Deku Babas are different in that this one tries to attack and will lunge at us. And if you kill it, oh, I killed it the wrong way, I just got another stick. Let's see if we can... Oh. Okay, see, I killed it that way, and he dropped a Deku Nut. With using these, you can flash stun your enemies, which is good. Now, I'm gonna make my way up the ladder, because vines in this dungeon have text. I'll come up to them, and Navi, being the helpful person she is, will tell us that those are vines, and that we can climb them. So here I'm gonna try and stay away from them as much as I can, and not get that big chest. Just because the big chest, all it is a dungeon map. And I already know this dungeon. I don't know if you know this dungeon. I guess we can get it on the way back. You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A, in case you didn't know that. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the A button icon on the upper screen, right here. And right in front of this door it says open, so that's what we're going to do. And in here we have a Deku Shrub. As you can see, Deku Shrub right there. Deku Scrub, rather. Now, once what I did there is I blocked his Deku Nut with the right trigger, which brought up my shield, and once he gets hit with his own Deku Nut, he'll start running around. You have to get close to him and Z-target him. And he says, "Ow, ow, ow, forgive me, master. If I give you a tip, will you let me go? When you jump off of a high cliff, if you hold the circle pad forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work, though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you're feeling bold." And this game has a really weird, I guess a bug, that if you're standing in a certain position, when it plays an opening door cutscene or when you beat a boss or something, you'll see that Link will spin in circles, which is quite odd. And then here there's a big chest across there, so we're going to jump on here, and then jump off. And oh no, our platform fell off. But you're not supposed to look back and see that the ladder's there until you have what's in this chest. Ta-da-da-da! We found a fairy slingshot. And we are going to equip it. Oh, I forgot to equip all my other things. I'm going to put my Deku stick to item button 2, which doesn't really make any sense, but there's an item button 2 in here, and I'm going to put my slingshot on Y and my Deku Nuts on X. And up there's just a chest with money in it. If you want to go grab that, you can grab it, but you don't really need to. See, now you can target this ladder, and you can shoot it with your slingshot, and it'll fall down, which is really helpful, so you can exit the room. And since we already defeated the Deku Scrub in here, we're not going to have to fight him again. Excuse me. I'm going to Z-target these Skull Waltulas, they're called. See, Skull Waltula, be careful not to touch it. And there's 3 on the wall, so I'm just going to shoot them with my slingshot. The last one I'm too far away from, so I'll just take my own manual aim. Okay. And you'll see in here that even though I don't really need to get it, it's the dungeon map. And in order to skip the vine text again, I'm jumping on top of the chest and then climbing up the vines by jumping onto them. And you know, vine text isn't really a problem, but it's just wastes a little bit of time and it's annoying in my mind, because Navi just talks to you way too much. Okay, here we have a regular big Skulltula, and wait till it turns around, you can jump slash it and it will die. Now here, you want to jump slash off the edge so that you can hit those webs that were down there in the first place. And you can, with all of your downwards force, you break the webs. Here we have what's called a gold Skulltula, and in killing that, you get a gold Skulltula token, which I'm gonna climb up here and get. See, you destroyed a gold Skulltula. You got a token proving you destroyed it. And later on in the game, those are helpful for acquiring upgrades and whatnot. There's also another one right here. They just scattered them throughout the first dungeon. And by scattered, I mean those are the only two, I believe. Okay. Now, we push this button, because it's just sitting there, and you'll see that the torch is lit aflame. And if we open up this chest, it's either money or a recovery heart. A recovery heart. Okay. And here, I'm gonna light my stick aflame. If you pull out your stick, you can light it on fire with a source of fire. And I'm gonna go over there and burn that web over there. Watch out for the Deku Baba, because it wants to kill me. Okay. Now we just go in this door, and you'll see there's another Deku Scrub. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. But of course, if you played this game, you already know that. But you have to. Well, you don't have to beat them, I don't suppose. It's just really annoying trying to shoot this eye right here with your slingshot if you have a Deku Scrub shooting Deku Nuts in your face. And in here, Navi tells us that we can dive if we push A while underwater, which is very useful information because there's a switch underneath the water here. And if we dive and push the button, you'll see that the water level is lowering, which is good because we need to wait for this platform to come back from the first spot here, in the first place. And then we'll jump on this platform. And if the water level was still up, we would hit our head on that spike log. Seeing as we lowered the water level, we don't have to do that. Okay, and here, there's another big Skulltula. We're going to kill it. And Navi's going to tell us that we have to push this block over so that we can climb up. But that's a lie. We can just climb up this block, angle ourselves, and then jump up there. And like I said, you know, you could move the block over and do it the normal way, but it's just a little bit faster the other way. And here I'm just lighting both of these torches so that this door unlocks. Also, if your stick is on fire, it will burn and you will lose your stick if you don't put it away fast enough. There I got Deku Seeds, which is ammo to your slingshot. And funny enough, the plant grew back. It's never done that before. But okay, and in here, this big Skulltula is already facing the way we need it to, so when it drops, you can just jump slash it. Oh, I was talking and I didn't get it. You could jump slash it when it first comes down and you won't have to deal with it. Now it's very important that when you come into this room, it looks fairly innocent, but if you look up on the ceiling, you'll see these 3 egg sacs. And you can shoot them with your slingshot and they'll break, or you can walk in there and they will hatch on top of the ceiling, and spiders will fall down on your head, which take like 2 or 3 sword slashes to kill. It's not something very important. But here I just got my Deku stick on fire again, and I lit that web. Now I'm crawling through this hole to get over to the room that we were first in. Well, not first in, when we first broke the web. See? Right over there is where we got our Skulltula, and that's where we dropped in from. Okay, now see, this block we do have to push, I believe. There's this thing in the 64 version called Flame Storage, to where you can jump off this block and slash the torch to our left, and if you detach to your hitbox on the same frame, if you put away your sword on the same frame that you hit the fire, then you could, it was just a weird little glitch. Okay, so now I'm going to light this on fire again. I'm going to jump across over to this one up here, and then I'm going to roll so that I can light this on fire. And that's where I fall down into here. And other Deku Scrub told us that we have to beat these guys in the order 2-3-1. 23 is number 1. So what we're gonna do is hit number 2, number 3, and then wait for number 1. He'll pop up and say, "How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she is stunned." Oh, Queenie, sorry about that. And as you can see, Link just did that weird little spinny thing I was talking about. And in here is where we will find Queen Goma. Morning, if you don't like spiders, you might want to, skip this part, fast forward something, maybe, I don't know. And there she is. Goma, parasitic armored arachnid. Now what you're going to have to do here is you'll see that her eye turns red. You have to shoot it with your slingshot, and then you need to slash her eye while she's down. And in doing that, that's the only way she takes damage. Now she's going to try and climb up here and lay some eggs, like the ones that we killed earlier. But if you shoot her in the eye, she won't get a chance to lay the egg, and then you can just kill her. Also, I don't know if it works in this game, but in the 64 version, if you do a crouch stab, it does the same damage as the last move that you did. So if you do a jump slash and then crouch stab, it does the most damage. So this is a heart container. We're going to pick it up. We got a heart container, and our maximum life energy is increased by 1 heart. Your life energy will be totally filled. And as you can see, now we have 4 hearts instead of our normal 3. And we're going to walk into the light, and that's where this video will end.